Happy Stoney Sunday. Hi y'all. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I think we are getting, we're good. Okay, we've had some technical difficulties today. Thanks for joining. If you have been patiently waiting, if you just got the alert, thanks for making some time. I think now we're live on YouTube and Facebook, but honestly, if y'all are watching on YouTube and Facebook and you wanted to just confirm, that would be awesome. I have been having trouble with my live streams lately. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. We'll just put this here, I guess. And I feel like I should still... Oh, we've got YouTube checking in. Yay! Hi, YouTube. What is up? Facebook, are you there? Are you there? Oh my gosh. Well, it is definitely time to get stony.
It's time.
It's absolutely time. Facebook, they're gonna have to catch up later. I don't know. I gotta check. I'm a nosy, detailed person. I gotta know. Who am I talking to? Okay, I'm gonna use this one. Let's see.
Are we on Facebook?
Thanks for checking in from where you are watching. It doesn't show live here. Suspicious. Oh my gosh. We're live somewhere we don't even know then. It says someone's watching.
We're somewhere.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna look one more spot. Happy Stoney Sunday.
Happy Stoney Sunday.
Yeah, not here either.
It's a mystery.
If it's your first time joining us, thank you. If it's your, oh my gosh, 420th maybe time joining us, also thank you. It is a Q&A if you want to ask us anything. We always try and be available for that. Yeah, I don't know where another stream is. It's somewhere. But yeah, we do Q&A. We'll talk pot. We did get some questions already prepared from social media. Let's see, I think I asked.
We're live.
Oh, it's live? It's working
on
now?
Facebook.
No, I'm
We're
a
there.
warrior. You know, if you've watched this before, you know I can never just let things be. Okay.
Let's smoke some weed about it.
Let's smoke some weed. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Stoney Sunday. Happy birthday month to me.
It's a good month. June.
At least someone had to say
Lots
it.
of celebration. Cheers.
I needed that.
I haven't hit this bong in a while. It's
No?
nice.
The Galaxy Roar?
The Galaxy Roar.
Mine has lace on it. Lace for the Roar logo part, and then his has Galaxy.
Some stars and
Oh my goodness.
planets, a snowflake, and
These pieces are Roar Tech, which is like licensed and official Roar, but it's the Roar that's distributed in America and Mexico.
I think the Roar Tech is more specific to the one that has all the fancy perks, and this is just like the USA Roar glass. I'm pretty sure. Like
I
our
don't know
anniversary
what I'm
pieces
talking
say
about. But
Roar
look, this
Tech.
has a German tag. Does that matter? I don't know what the
The
fuck I'm
tags come from
talking
Germany.
about. But we like these bongs. And I'm just not 100% sure that they were made in Germany. Like
They're
the
not.
other ones. They're not made
These
in
are
Germany.
these are the US. I think there's some.
I think the company is
Mexico.
Roar Tech.
I don't know. It's possible.
Well, they're great bongs, and you might have seen our matching wedding set, but these are kind of like a smaller, like mid-range, still full size, but not giant size, and perfect for some little Sunday tokes with y'all. Oh my goodness.
You mentioned we got some questions in
Oh yeah.
prior, and it made me think of it when the person mentioned Prop 215.
Oh yeah, so while we were having some technical troubles getting connected on YouTube and Facebook, we were live on Instagram, and we did get a little shout out, what up y'all, for being active since the Prop 215 days. Prop 215, for those that don't know, I mean, it's been a while now. It was the earlier cannabis access law that was passed in California. I venture to say sometimes the first, but technically speaking, Alaska did pass a law at a similar time, but they didn't actually like enact and have access as wide available as a result. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know the first, but it was our earlier law, and Prop 215 kind of provided what some people described as the gray area. But really, it was more, I think, personal use and discretion and deprioritizing when it came to prosecution. Gifting was allowed. It wasn't until we later had SB 420, and that clarified some of the shops and regulations that have to go with selling and distributing. But even before that SB 420, with just Prop 215, there was this era of personal safety that we could possess and gift and consume together as adults. Do you want to go put a little block up? Our dogs have broken into the stream. And so when Mio comes back, we'll get into the question. But as California has kind of evolved, Prop 215 has been written beyond at this point. SB 420 continued to clarify how it can be distributed and sold. And then we got into full legalization with 64, Prop 64, which financially speaking, I don't think people were doing both. Did it totally erase Prop 215, like completely, or is it just like the people that are doing it are now prioritizing staying in 64?
No, I mean, it pretty much destroyed 215, and 64 did make some space for like what they considered medical use, which included people also between 18 and 21, because the 21 is the legal recreational age in California. So pretty much I feel like the only thing that it really kept was allowing the people in that age group to have access to cannabis medicinally, but even that medicinal access became more difficult, or hoops you had to jump through to get the like needed documentation or whatnot.
Before we go too far down anti-64 rhetoric, I have a lot of criticism with the enactment and how things have played out, but I always have to acknowledge that it really was this little snowball that got rolling. It wasn't the first snowfall, no, but it was the snowball of expunging records that got rolling. And with 64 passing and having records being expunged as an option, people saw that not only were people not trusting that they could go into the court and apply for that, so there had to be further legislation of just automatic expungement. That trend has caught on, and we've seen that in so many other pieces of legislation since 64, and that part of legislation is changing futures for so many different people, because a cannabis felony is a felony. Job applications, rental applications, I can only imagine custody disputes, anything that a felony is going to be used against you, you have the chance to have that removed from your record because it's no longer a crime. And if we're passing legalization, we need to have that as a part of the legislation. So while 64 financially has been a nightmare for a lot of businesses, and it was called an extinction event for our community. And it was, in a sense, for the businesses and the people running them and the ways that things were. From extinction comes the next generation, in a sense, and the next life. So there has been an upside, and I can just never skip over that, because those are real people that are benefited, and people in other states that trend wouldn't have had that big snowball. California is a huge, and like, we're a really influential state. So when California does something, even if other states do it differently, they've taken note of what we did first. And it was something that I can't say I fully regret 64 as much as I absolutely hold the right to criticize and mention the things that went wrong.
Yeah, I think it's good to like be able to like, find the like appreciation and like real benefit that comes from like either people not being in jail anymore or those people like having a better chance of like surviving in this world, versus the loss of brands or businesses. You know, at the end of the day, those people will hopefully find another business or work venture. But like the true greatness that comes from like people being like freed, or given the opportunity to like enjoy their life is.
It's like people over property.
Yeah.
And while people were still impacted, those people weren't prevented from seeking new opportunities. It was their property that was shockingly impacted most like quickly, you know? Whereas if things stayed the same, it was people still sitting in jail and people still being prevented from opportunities because of their felony records. Before we get into the question that made you think of in particular, I did see someone asking what comments or where can they actually engage with us? Everywhere that you're watching this. We are going to be taking the questions and comments from Instagram, that's y'all, and also from Facebook and YouTube, that's y'all. And we love to hear from you. We love to hear where you're checking in from, if it's safe to do so. I personally always love to hear whether you're brand new or whether you're a long-time reefer. I'm just nosy. I think you all know that. But let's get into the question that Prop 215 kind of comment made you think of it first.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Cite your sources.
Get it right.
Pull up the facts. Oh my goodness. One sec. I'm sorry. I'm going to cough through it. Okay, I'm ready.
The question was, explain what and why there is a difference between recreational and medical cannabis.
So we had just kind of been talking about a legal distinction, but when I first saw that question, I kind of had a different interpretation for the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll with it?
Go, jump in.
There is none. That's the short of it. The long of it would be, medicinal is a word that I think we all have a different understanding of, to be honest. I think alleviating a headache is a great relief, but it also enables you to have fun. You wouldn't be able to go enjoy that party if you were sitting there with a headache, but did you use that headache relief, aspirin, Advil, ibuprofen, whatever, recreationally? No. So for me, when it comes to cannabis, when it comes to the distinction of recreational and medicinal use, treating myself with cannabis has enabled me to actually have recreational experiences, uses, and enjoy my time, because I needed to treat anxiety, depression, PTSD, mental health symptoms, and patterns that needed to be soothed and calmed, and homeostasis is what cannabinoids promote within our body, and that's really what I needed. But when I had the help of getting that, I had a better time. And so people would see me hitting the bong, laughing, hanging out with friends, and think, oh, I'm only using it recreationally, but it's the use itself that's like literally allowing me to be there. So legally speaking, there has been distinctions made, and I think Neo's gonna have a little more to like say about that. But when it comes to the product itself, if you're only able to access one and not the other, beyond a specific manipulation of that access, in regards to like cannabinoid content can only be X amount and those types of things, I think you have the opportunity outside of that. If you are able to access well-grown weed, whether it's medicinal or recreational, I think you're going to be able to get the benefits that you might be looking for. I don't want to be like too broad with that. I want to be encouraging to people that think, oh, the weed in my area is worthless. It's not medicinal weed. It's not the weed in dispensaries. That's just not been my experience. I have had great relief from cannabis that we've smoked all over the world. Different qualities, different strains, some qualities that y'all fucking attacked me for, but it still benefited me and it still was amazing. And so, yeah, to me, not really much of a distinction at all. But I don't know if legally you kind of want to go into that.
I mean, personally, I'm in the same boat as you. I think that what we look at as like recreational use is usually actually medicinally is usually comes from some medicinal like beginning point, you know, like people go to the bar to like chill out and relax and drink alcohol. Are they there drinking the alcohol medicinally? No, they're out there recreationally, but are they getting medicinal benefits from it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, side note, I wish we appreciated community and social and like these habitual ways that we do decompress.
Yeah.
And didn't just look at them recreationally. Because, like, yeah, it's easy to look at that person as like they have a problem, but do they, or is it just a normal pattern to want to have that change of energy and mental stamina? You know?
Yeah, and so I always try to like keep that in mind when I think about it. But from a legal standpoint, at least in California, our cats are going crazy. Our medical use under Prop 64 essentially allows people 18 to 20 years old to have access to purchase cannabis in a dispensary, and the like milligram limits are higher for medicinal use than they are for recreational use. So instead of only being able to go and buy, you know, an edible that's up to 100 milligrams, I can now go up and I think it's like 500 or 1,000 milligrams.
And this is California specifically. Other states and other areas are going to have their own regulations, of course.
And so those are kind of the like benefits, is you do have access to some, you know, higher dosage products, but on the flip side is you have to hope that the companies that are making the products are willing to make a whole side product that's a higher dosage for a smaller group of people than all of the recreational users.
I was going to ask, like, and are people doing that? 'Cause I don't see a lot of it.
It can be very few and far between, which was one of the initial frustrations that came with the switch from Prop 215, which had much looser laws around dosages that you were able to provide. And the other thing with our medical law in particular is before you used to be able to go to essentially any doctor and they could write you a recommendation for cannabis use. Now our medical system requires people to actually go and file paperwork with the state, which means you're giving your information to a lot more people, and
that's as a medical patient.
And that's as a medical patient. And so people worry that their information is in the system, and essentially could be pulled up at any point
for
later down the line.
For opportunities, for travel.
Yeah. Whereas under Prop 215, it was essentially between you and your doctor. They filed a piece of paperwork in their desk that they kept on record, maybe.
Yeah, and the only thing that we would have to be aware of then is if your doctor's office was raided and those papers were subpoenaed and searched and like seized, then your name is going to be on a list. Yeah. And this came up a lot because during the Prop 215 and 420 days, I would have viewers that were really hesitant to go in and get even the patient paperwork done then. Yeah. And I would try and assure them the only way that it's going to end up in larger hands is if your doctor is rated. And at which point, like, we gotta have some empathy, right? Like, like, things are going on. Things are bad. This future idea is maybe not the worst real moment thing, if that's happening. But yeah, now the medical system, it's extra hurdles, which are not only time, but financial. Like, you might be having to drive to get that opportunity to register your paperwork. It's just, yeah, it's been regulated out of frequent use.
Yeah.
I would love an update from Washington because I know that they had differentiating, but in the same shop. They had to have, when I was visiting up there years ago, there would be a medical certified bud tender who could serve medical patients, but other people were just like chill bud tenders, not medical. And so when I was there, if a patient came up to the counter I was guest bud tender. That was such a fun thing to do, by the way. I would do that, like, again. If that came up again, I would do it. But when I was there as the guest bud tender, if someone came in that was a patient, they had to go speak to someone that was, like, more qualified. And I thought that was so interesting. Qualifications would be awesome, and education, like, behind bud tending is not a bad idea. But it was a very weird practice enacted, and it definitely felt like extra steps and extra financial obligations and just like weird. It just felt weird. So I don't know if that's still happening in Washington. Like I said, it's been years since we've been up there, so I would love an update. And are you ready for another toke?
Ready.
Oh wait, someone asked what strain we were smoking. What strain are we smoking? I don't know.
We are smoking Skittles.
Skittles coming in hot again. Wait, let's show it off. Did we smoke this last month? I'm having deja vu of the Skittles.
I know we've had it at home like somewhat recently.
Oh my god, I can't open it.
You gotta squeeze opposites.
It's hard. It's intense. Okay, I'm gonna drop some nugs of the Skittles. There we go. Show y'all. Get all up in there. It's not focusing, but I believe it could. Will you put your hand up next to mine? I believe in us. Yeah. Okay, it's good. It's good. There it is. There's the Skittles. Oh my god. Really purple, really orange hairs.
Jumping right off.
Jumping right onto my computer. And then for y'all over here, there we are. My phone's not going to focus like the other camera. But yeah, again, really purple, really dense little nugs.
They're nice. They smell kind of, florally, kind of sweet.
Oh, super sweet. Yeah. I like that. You took your rip without me, though. That was harsh.
I'm going to repack it. It was already half it.
Okay, I'll wait because I am polite. I'll wait so we can do a fresh toke together. It's okay. I saw you hitting it, and I was like, wow. Wow.
I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I see. Do we use any different strains for like making art or work, or creativity or concentration? Kind of. I'm more like dabs versus flower. Like dabs are more not necessarily sedative in a physical sense, but like they're really gonna check me into a certain mindset of chillin'. So I'm gonna only dab before a longer term activity. Mm-hmm. Whereas I can smoke flower throughout the day and I feel like I can keep it moving and switch my mindset, focus on different things. But we generally have a mix of what could be described as indica or sativa or energizing or soothing strains because we both like kind of a mix.
Yeah. I definitely mix it up throughout the day in general. But I feel like if I can find something that is like really uplifting but isn't too cerebral, sometimes they're really like cerebral, like behind the eyes kind of feeling, makes it hard for me to focus on my art. Mm-hmm. You know, it like makes hurts my eyes a little bit in that sense. So while I think a lot of people use strains like that for creativity, me personally, I need something just a little bit more mellow. That kind of
flow state.
Yeah, I kind of want to be like zoned in more so than like zoned out, I guess.
But you're not really using concentrates in general.
No.
It hasn't been your go-to for a while. Most of our relationship. Yeah. All of it.
I had like quit dabbing for like a year prior to us dating.
You gotta dab to keep up.
Gone too heavy with the dabs.
Had to dab a little bit when we got together. He can dab. I know he can hang, but he just doesn't prefer to. Yeah, and so like now I'm chill.
These days I dab to write my like product descriptions and stuff for some work stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, you gotta test it out if you're gonna, if you're gonna write about how it feels or tastes or whatever. So.
I have a follow-up question of what dab nail are we currently using? Am I currently using? And do I have a favorite concentrate texture? Y'all are gonna hate this answer. It's so, like, I say this and you're like, oh, it's a joke, but like, it's literally not a joke. So I'm gonna just say it. My favorite is like what's available. And it's not a joke. Like whatever's closest, whatever's there. I don't mean that in a like they're all the same. I mean it in the relief that I get is from not having to stress about it, not having to think about if I don't have this one strain, I'm not going to get the relief I need. That is something that I don't really want to open my mind up to. I'm not into it. So for me, my favorite is like literally what I have plentiful of, what is there, what I can make use of in that moment. And I have been around so many weed snobs in my career, and it's something that I just can't get into. And I have appreciation for, like, literally, don't get me wrong, I have appreciation for great herb and when things are really well done with concentrate. But I'm also just like, I think more easygoing than people expect when it comes to actually consuming it, because I got this plant tattooed all over me, y'all. I fucking love this plant, and it doesn't really matter what form it's in. I'm gonna be happy to have it. So with that said, I have fun with shatter. It's fun. You snap, snap, snap. You can make little snakies. You can warm it up and like shape it. That is to me like the most playful, but is that the most effective, flavorful, best for certain environments, long periods? Like, no. So it's just, yeah. My favorite's whatever's closest. Does that help at all? And I like to experiment too. I'm not gonna like turn it down. I'm gonna try the different concentrate textures. And then what nail am I currently using? A pretty standard quartz bucket style. No, a gavel. No, I don't know. It's quartz.
Yeah, it's a little banger, but it also has
Banger.
like the little dish on the outside at the bottom.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the terp slurper.
It's kind of like a terp slurper.
It's like a terp slurper. I don't even know, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, do you see how? Oh my gosh, I am so embarrassed sometimes that I'm not that fixated on those types of things, because I know that y'all are looking for some of those details, and they're so exciting to like learn through what you see. So I am definitely dropping the ball on providing that. But yeah, it's a quartz nail. It's
the
got the little...
terporium from my friend.
Okay, shout out to Terporium.
Terporium. That's a tough one.
Shout out to Mio's friend. It's been a great nail. It's been working. It is hard to clean, but we make it work. And yeah, I think I've been on quartz nails like since I switched off of titanium. So for a few years now, and they've just kind of changed shape and size and all of that.
Like a decade.
I did also, oh my god, we got a lot of questions coming in. You're amazing. Chatty, chatty, chatty. Keep it going because we could talk forever.
I think my favorite texture is batter.
Oh, you
Just
have
gonna
an
put it
answer,
out
even
there.
though you're not a yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just didn't want to
I
put you on
really
the
like the
spot.
batters and the sauces. I think are probably my favorite. Something like
To
super
consume or
terpy.
smell or what? Just all of it?
All of it. I feel like they've usually got the most terps, and I like something sweet. I try to like not into the like gassy dabs.
Oh, I love a gassy dab. Oh my god.
I feel like we're different in that on like flour and concentrates. Different terpene profiles that we like.
I did see a question about the glass because we were mentioning that these were Roar, whether they are Roar Tech or not Roar was to be determined. But someone was asking, well, they're acknowledging that we've been on the Roar game for a while, and that is true. That's amazing, or that is because they're amazing. They made the pieces that we hit on our wedding day that you ordered custom for us.
Yeah.
But their question was, have I ever tried the Cheech glass line? And I just recently posted a video. I've been going through the glass collection. Where is it? How do I get to it on camera? No, you're going the wrong way.
Oh.
Yeah, the glass collection's in there. I've been going through one piece a week. Just kind of going down memory lane, telling y'all where I got it, showing you some of the details. And I just recently posted one of the Cheech pieces, so you might have missed it. No one is really seeing those videos. But it's a purple accents with white, kind of like a squatty beaker, and it rips. It's a great piece. I don't talk in my piece of the week videos. I kind of keep it short and sweet. So let me just say stuff now. When it comes to licensed glass, I feel like that one's been a really great hitter. It's survived over the years. It's been a nice piece. I don't compare them to Roar because this line was developed by the glass artist that made the original line himself with his hands on the torch. And as to my knowledge, Cheech or Chong are not doing that. And if they did, it came after the fact. You know what I mean? So someone as an artist building a line from their own work, I think is a little bit different than a production company getting the licensing from a larger company or a larger name or brand or influencer or celebrity or whatever. But the glass, in terms of quality, that piece is great. There's no problem with it. It's just not my general interest to go for licensed pieces or unlicensed characters. But I had the opportunity to hit that one or get that one and the Snoop Dogg bong. Because I was doing reviews for a company that distributed them. So they didn't really come from the production company themselves. They came from the distributor that I loved working with for years and years. And so they're fun to have in my collection, but I don't think I would have bought them otherwise, either one of those. And on a personal pride note, I'm going to stroke my own little ego because no one pats me on the back enough. Both Cheech and Chong and Snoop Dogg have had to steal content from me to get people's attentions, to get clicks, to continue getting clout so they can sell pieces that they didn't even have a hand in making. So when I see both of their names, I am definitely reminded that as legendary as they are, they need little old me to stay relevant, and that stays fucking funny. Happy Stoney Sunday.
Cheers to that.
I had to slip it in there. What other question do we have? Oh my goodness.
We kind of just answered it. The other question was, are there occasions you prefer to medicate with concentrate over flour?
Yeah.
We
did kind of answer that.
Answered that one.
I would say one thing I didn't say specifically is I almost always take a fatty dab before bed. Like, I want a dab that I'm in a cloud physically and metaphorically until I'm suddenly in bed and I'm like, wow, here I am. I want, like, brushing my teeth, getting in pajamas or taking off my clothes. Like, I want everything to be done while I'm coughing my brains out. I have no memory of it. Nighttime routine is done in a fog, and then boom, I'm in bed, ready for the bong hit. So that's an occasion that I most often, I would say like 5 out of 7 days.
Yeah. I'm pretty much smoking weed all day.
That's true. That's fact. Yeah. Okay, what's going on? I've been doing this Mio style, and I've been doing half at a time to try and slow it down because I feel super stony, and I'm trying to be chill.
The Skittles is good. It's a good one.
It's really flavorful. I always cough, so that's never reflective of what we're smoking. But I feel like with this one, I'm not coughing as bad.
Yeah.
I'm a cougher. Also, shout out to my new earrings. Oh my god. I'm so happy with them. I have been designing things and asking Nerd Glass to cut them with his laser cutter, and so far he has said yes. So I've gotten really lucky.
Yeah, cool.
They are available. I only made like 3 pairs. Or I only had to make a couple of pairs. But they're on my website, and then I also do like keychains with them, but I don't have my keys to show y'all. We've been really expanding everything. Mio went full time with art and my small business and like growing
a few
stuff.
months now, I think.
Yeah, and I've been really loving the diversity that we've brought to like my merch line, my offerings, my web shop. Instead of just the glass, there's a lot of like. Oh my gosh, I have a burp. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Instead of just the glass, there are the 3D printed pieces, other miniatures. There's a lot more wearables for jewelry. These earrings, the printed earrings, the earring stands, the miniature earring stands, which are brand new. And I never saw myself as having that many things available. It was always just like a couple of shirts because y'all were yelling at me.
And a bunch of new stickers.
Oh yeah, and all the new stickers. And we added a bunch of Mio stickers if there was crossover, and basically I thought they were cute enough. We put them on my website. If you want to see the ones that didn't make the cut, you're going to have to go to his website, which is artsmack.com, artsmack.com. Mine is coralsglass.com. I stole his stickers. They're on my website. Go and get them. See, so better. And that's been doing really well too, which is really nice. I was so against sticker designs originally, but now I'm all about the message is more important than the medium, and we're trying to send some important messages, especially relevant during Pride Month. So definitely go check out some of those offerings. Yeah.
It's been fun seeing it all grow and come together.
Thanks for like bringing my ideas to life, collaborating with me. And there are so many things we still have planned that we haven't even had time to get to.
A whole whiteboard worth.
Oh, actually, art announcements. I am so excited to tell y'all this. I am so fucking excited. I don't want to cry. Okay. Mio and I both are artists, as we've just mentioned, in our own mediums, in our own ways. We collaborate, which is super fun as a married couple. But we also are really independent people, and we both have the opportunity right now to be resident artists independently in an art gallery dispensary that we both are fans of. And I mentioned the separately part because basically Mio's going to be the resident artist along with like 3 or 4 other artists, collective experience, for 3 months starting in July. You'll be able to see Mio's art up at Treehouse Dispensary in Santa Cruz here in California. And as a dispensary, it's anyone 21 and over. Mm-hmm. The art gallery, you can walk in. You don't have to buy anything just to come look at the art. But he'll also have his prints for sale there, stickers for sale, maybe some keychains, some merch. Like, I'm so excited for this opportunity because then after your 3 months, my 3 months start. And it's the first time, this is your 3rd or 4th time, like, expert. But it's going to be my first time to ever have this gallery experience. You will be able to go in and see my art, even when I'm not there hustling and socializing, which is, it means so much to me. It means so much to be invited to do this with Treehouse.
And with our residency, we'll be there actually the first Friday of each month for their First Fridays event that they do.
So starting in July, you will be able to come to the First Fridays at Treehouse, 21 plus, Santa Cruz, California. Come to First Friday. They do deals in the dispensary, but then the art gallery side hosts small artists. So for 3 months starting in July, Mio will be one of the artists for their First Fridays, and then starting in October, I will be there. We'll be set up in front of our art space. You get summer, I get the holidays. It's so generous of them to include us both and not package it as like a couple artist novelty situation. I really just appreciate that they like your art and they like my art and they see us as standalone values. Like, that is just so flattering and so exciting. And recently, Treehouse, if you're watching, I'm gonna put you on blast right now. Recently, I found out that Treehouse had never heard of Stoney Sunday. They had never heard of our series that we've been doing together. And while that could be like, what the fuck, super offensive, no, I took it as really flattering, because why would they be doing deep dives on every single page that they ever cross? You know, like, they found me through other pages, and it is what it is. But the fact that even without seeing some of the ways that we've had this long growing history with a large audience, and they've seen me just as an independent artist on my own, and they still want me, that makes me even more excited to bring y'all in there. Yeah.
They don't have to see the like longevity aspect of it.
Yeah, and it's almost like the expectations are off for y'all. Like, sometimes people were like, only want to hire me because they think my customers are going to show up in mass amounts and they're going to buy everything out. And it's like, that's a weird expectation to put on y'all when you're just here to socialize. I know that. We just want to meet and greet and smoke weed. And so it's been an uncomfortable dynamic. But the fact that, like, they didn't initially see that. They weren't just like, oh, the numbers are really high, let's bring her in. Like, it was more, they really like what we're doing. And they are super vocal about their ethics and morals, and I love that. in a business and a brand. It's very hard to do authentically, and I really see Treehouse speaking to things that people care about in Santa Cruz and that they are proud of, and it's really cool to see. So we love them, and I'm so excited. So your art, July until the end of, or the very, very, very start of October, and then October through the end of December, gonna be me.
It's gonna be so cool.
November, start of December? I don't know, something like that. I'm so excited. And some of you watching this probably have no idea what my art is, or you only think it's the glass things. But like, I've been expanding. I do stuff. So I do doll photography. There's going to be prints. Those are really, really fun. There's probably going to be some original dioramas. Maybe a like customized miniature diorama for Treehouse. We don't know. I don't want to say too much. I'm going to look into what I can do. But there's going to be, oh yeah. I am hoping to have a mini me doll there, which sounds weird saying it out loud. If y'all are not following my miniatures trajectory, you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But one of my mini-me's might be able to stay on site at Treehouse while the resident artist thing is happening. And the mini would be making art ideally. And so y'all would be able to like see how I make art. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm really excited. Mio's art's UV. There's like black light, sacred geometry, really bright colors, really big canvases, as well as some of the smaller, like we said, the prints and stickers. So different for our arts.
I'm excited to have some space to put up some of the larger pieces that I have. They're harder to like take to events and whatnot, you know. They take up like one whole side of our booth, you know.
Yeah, and not everyone like came with a car ready to drive away with a 6-foot canvas or something. But this is going to be a great opportunity to have those get their moment. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
So you'll see us there at Treehouse. That is our art update. My website, if you are far away, his website, coralsglass.com, artsmack.com. I'll have the links down below once we're done with the live stream and everything. Yeah. Oh, there was one more question that related to some merch stuff, but let's toke first. I was gonna toke. Let's record a toke together in our matching shirts. Do you mind? We do that on your phone?
Sure.
Okay, the question that came up that was related a little bit to some of what we were selling was, is there a chance of doing the tie-dye Stoney Sunday shirts again? I told Mio when I saw this question, I don't want to ramble about it for too long, but it really comes down to availability of hemp shirts, ease of finding a printer that meets deadlines. I have had some experiences. And also, I've been really happy with drop shipping. We don't have the space and capacity dedicated right now to doing it from home. It's something to consider if the opportunity was right. But the drop shipping that we've been using, where you could order it and it was made to order, no waste, no extra inventory, they no longer use the hemp shirts that they were printing on. It's a huge disappointment without those being available, even for us to order the whites to have in tie-dye or to get you in tie-dye. It's just not something that is really in our hands. So that's it. Yeah, I would love to see all of the Stoney Sunday shirts, as well as we did some of the doll photography on hemp shirts, and a few of those are out there. I'm so glad y'all got those where you could. If you don't know, I don't try and push my shirts as a huge sales thing. Like, I'm not expecting to pay my rent on my shirts, but I do want you to know that they're almost always all limited edition because of the ups and downs when it comes to hemp and sourcing hemp. So I can't really promise them for very long, and it's something that frustrates some of y'all, and it frustrates me to no end. So I don't mean to be like, get it while you can, because I'm trying to get all that money immediately. Obviously, yeah, I'm trying to get paid for the shirts, but I really mean it. Get them while you can, because when those hemp shirts were up there, we didn't know when they were going to come and go, and now they're gone. Now they're gone, and we didn't get warning. They didn't say heads up, or by the time they did, half the sizes were already gone. So I'm with y'all. I did see What About Bamboo. Mio does have some shirts available with different options. I'm not sure. I don't think you did bamboo. You have cotton. What do you
I have
going on?
the ones I have on right now are cotton.
Yeah, so he's got other options. For me, why that doesn't seem like hypocritical is, again, that whole message is more important than the medium. For me, a hemp shirt, the medium is more important than the message. I have a lot of other ways of communicating with y'all about Stoney Sunday, about doll photography, about getting the things that I want out in the world. Whereas the messages that you're getting out there are really urgent and important. And I don't think that we need to wait for the perfect shirt to like get those messages said. I view my hemp shirts as a really cool opportunity for some of you to get the first piece of hemp into your closet. You don't want to buy a piece that you don't know if it's going to be soft. I am vouching for these. They're even softer than our old hemp shirts, which we always said were so soft. And then we got these and we're like, they're going to think we were fucking liars. Because these are like buttery.
Yeah.
They're so
that's the best way
soft.
to describe it.
But now they're gone. So I have nothing off the top of my head against bamboo shirt production. It's definitely something I have in my closet, and I like to see alternative textile productions explored. But for me, my shirts, I have made a commitment to myself and to y'all in a lot of ways that when possible, I want to use hemp. And because that's not possible here, I'm going to wait on the shirts until we can bring them back. But I hope if you're hearing this that when and if I'm able to bring them back, you get that money set aside and you get those shirts. Because I want the hemp in your closet. I want you to see the difference of how it holds up, of how soft it is. It keeps you warm in the winter. It's breathable in the summer. It wears in, not out. I could talk about hemp all day, but getting it in your hands is so different. So it's absolutely important to me. I want it to. Thank you for asking because I
keep looking.
Agree. Thank you. Yeah, Mio. It's Mio's job. Ask him. Send him a message. And if you do want to start a hemp company and make it happen, sign me up as your customer. I am there. I am ready. Send me the rates for blank hemp shirts. A little sample shirt wouldn't hurt. But I have realized long ago that I can't start a company for every problem I found in the world.
It's true.
I wouldn't be here with y'all if I did. The one that I would start, actually, would be the hemp dog clothing. Please, someone still do that. Someone do that, please. We tried.
We sent samples.
Literally, I bought samples with my money and talked to a dog clothing company and was like, make these in hemp. I can show you, like, these sizes. Let's do it. And they were like, okay. And then, like, it's been years. It's probably been, like, 5 years. Yeah.
5 more years, they're going to launch a hemp dog line. I'll be like, wow.
I'm going to come a knocking with my email receipts. But in the meantime, I signed nothing, and I'm giving the idea to y'all. Hemp dog clothing, for all the reasons it would work for people, it's even better for dogs. Yeah. Antimicrobial.
Yeah, antifungal.
Come on, dogs get funky. They need some better clothing. Let them run around, get dirty in something that is not going to just fall apart or mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, do that, please. And then make larger sizes. Eventually, the demand will be there, but start with the dog sizes, please. Cat sizes, like, we're super open. We have rats. We'll be customers for all of it. Lizards. Do turtles ever wear clothing? Like a little jumper?
I feel like I see more tortoises in clothing than turtles. Like, some turtles are,
but they haven't had hemp that can go in and out of the water.
That's a good question. A little bathing suit? I don't know.
That's what we're interested in. If you wanted if you're ready to launch a career and you just needed that idea, there we go. Yeah, there's so much. There's so many different businesses I would start. But
I love my Patagonia hemp overalls. Those things are amazing.
Wear them every day.
All the time.
I feel like I can't wear my hemp overalls because he's wearing them every day, and I don't want to be a matching couple in overalls unless it's for the aesthetic. If we're going somewhere cute, if we're going to a fair, you might see us in matching overalls. But if we're running around town, it's not going to happen. If it's happened, I was tricked. Know that. Know that. Okay, do we do rapid fire? Final 3?
Yeah, final 3.
Final 3. If you have any questions that have just been bubbling up there and you've been waiting for your lull in conversation to bring it up, now is that time. We're going to rapid fire as fast as we can, answer 3 questions, take our final toke, and call it a Stoney Sunday.
Yeah, and next month we'll be here July 9th.
July 9th on Sunday at noon Pacific Standard. Oh my God, that's the day before 7/10. Right? Yeah. The day before 7/9 we'll be there. Exciting. I love it. I hope y'all have a really good June. I mentioned at the start, but I will say again, it's my birthday month. So if I seem especially obnoxious this month or unapologetic or you'll just sick of seeing me everywhere, it's because I'm living it up. I'm living it up. I will be turning 35 years old. I will also be celebrating at the end of this month, very start of July, 10 years since I left my waitressing job for the first time. I did go back off and on for a little social stimulation and to get out of the fucking house, but it's going to be the 10-year mark of me not relying on waitressing to pay my rent, not relying on waitressing to be the career path, walking away 10 years ago. Anniversary at the end of this month, right after my birthday. I'm super excited. And I just have to say again, Pride Month, as well, as much as it's been a celebration, a lot of us have enjoyed in years past. I think this year more than ever, I really want to stress that it's about acknowledging and protecting vulnerable and marginalized people. I saw the phrase, I'm going to say this quote that I saw and I mentioned to you. I wish I could remember who it was attributed to, but it was, if you're not getting hit by the stones thrown at the people you're protecting, you're not standing close enough. And I want people to think about that if they consider themselves allies, but they get offended when they are misgendered or they have reactive comments in a sense. Or they view Pride as a celebration and a party, and they don't want any fuss, they don't want protest, and they don't see why people are making a big political issue out of going to Pride. Maybe sit down and shut the fuck up. If you are not getting hit and hurt by the attacks on the communities that we are allies to, then you're not close enough. You're not doing enough, is how I take that. So, something to think about this Pride Month. And I can only say every single time that we join together that this is a space that trans people are welcome, that marginalized voices are amplified as best I can, that white supremacy is not welcome and actively rejected, and it doesn't matter how you found my page or how long you've been on my page. It's one of those things that I don't want any confusion about. I don't want to speak sideways about it and be unclear. My page is a safe place and not in a cutesy way, I will fight to protect that type way. So, okay, we've got a couple questions for our rapid fire end of June situation. Did you see any that you wanted to pull? What do we have going on? Rapid fire, final 3. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, I see at least one or two over there. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's 3. So I'm looking to see the
number
best.
3.
Third one. If you ask, your question could just be automatically A. I like doing a rapid fire 3. We'll sit here and wait. Oh, what about that one? Well, kind of answered it. Okay. This was our earlier one. Keep asking your new ones. Okay.
We're still awaiting.
Maybe we should take half a toke. Are you going to be able to take half a toke?
Did you want to record it?
Yeah, I totally forgot. Rapid fire your questions, and I'm going to take a selfie with my husband real quick. Don't mind me. Let me get my video. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Thanks for being here. I mean, if y'all don't have questions, it's whatever. We just want to be helpful. with our years of experience and old age, and accessible, because we only do the streams once a month now, so I'm definitely not answering questions as much as I used to, and sometimes I tell you all that on my other social media of like, I just don't do that, but here I do. This is your chance. This is it. Okay, so
It's now.
I think it's good. Yeah. Oh, we got a good one. We got two that are like, coming in strong. Coming in strong. Final call. We're going to record a toke. Are you ready? Wait, I gotta make sure it looks like I'm wearing pants. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, you ready? That's a nice one. Maybe because we like sat back. We were like really
Chilling.
okay, rapid fire.
Do you mean to repack that?
No, I took half a toke.
I failed at that.
I took a gentle half a toke. I'm copying you now. This is my new style. I'm gonna start with are we getting any tattoos recently? Have you gotten any new ones?
This one was my last one I got.
Do a little twirl. We gotta show the alien. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, he's in there. He's smoking weed.
But that was done December, and then another touch up with the color.
Yeah, we did a second round.
So maybe you've seen it, but that'd probably be the newest for Mio. And for me, the newest is probably...
Yep.
No. Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah. Probably this one, which I got in 2020, the first Valentine's Day after we were married. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got the date right. But I don't have any plans immediately for new tattoos beyond all of the imaginary ones I want all the time. I haven't planned anything out. I don't have anything booked. I definitely would get more on my arm. I'd get more on my leg. I'd get more on my chest. I thought about that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm open to it, but then I don't commit the finances to it, and I don't Yeah. I'm not done. I don't think I'm done. Do you? I don't think I'm done. Are you done?
I'm not done.
No.
I mean, I still have so many tattoos that are unfinished.
That's
I've
just
really,
poor taste.
I've really tried to get better about finishing the tattoos
Yes.
that I get.
Not because anyone criticizes you, I'm sure.
But
From this side, inside your house.
both of my legs
Oh wait, there's rapid fire.
need to be finished.
Okay,
so
yeah. So you're gonna get some more.
I'm definitely going to get some more. I
You're gonna
don't
go
have
faster.
anything booked.
Rapid fire. Okay. These next two are kind of related, but first part would be, what are we eating later? I picked that question because I am curious. What are we eating later? Do you know? Oh, a sandwich from Whole Foods is always good.
I was going to say sandwiches.
I love their cheese, the spicy mustard. I mean, it's not spicy. Well, Grey Poupon. Yeah, what else? I mean, is that the plan? We had really good shepherd's pie last night.
Yeah. I was thinking spaghetti later
Ooh.
like for dinner, but I understand there's lunch in between.
Yeah. And for the meatballs in our spaghetti and for the meat in the shepherd's pie, it's been a non-meat
Option.
substance, a plant-based option for years now, and I totally forgot. And you mentioned it last night with the shepherd's pie, and I was fucking shook. I was shook that I've been, because it tastes just like meat, and I was just like, I know that you told me, like, I know that I'm eating this. We switched out meat in nearly all instances except for that fucking pepperoni. It's still, I just need it. But yeah, it was so good. It's been years, and I'm blown away. The spaghetti, I still knew that that's like the plant-based meatballs, so I haven't forgotten that yet. But maybe I'll get to a point where I forget that too. They're great. I don't know. I like to suggest these things because some people see it as an all or nothing. This is not rapid fire, but I'm still going. That you're either vegan or vegetarian, or you're not, and you would never have those. But neither of us are vegetarian or vegan. We just try the plant-based alternatives as often as possible, it is definitely something that is pretty easy to prioritize within our budget. We've been lucky to be able to do that.
And with where we live.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The access to it. We are...
Although San Francisco is better.
Yeah. Probably.
Sorry, Santa Cruz. Sorry, Santa Cruz. Do more. Do more than burritos. But in the stores. In the grocery stores.
Yeah.
Huge selection and availability of plant-based options. Okay, the second part of that question, which is our third and final question, cutting it off for the rapid fire, is what would be our go-to munchie food right now? I think the charcuterie arrangement where you've been doing, like, we've got the jam, cheese, crackers, we've got nuts, we've got fruit, maybe some hummus and pita. That is like a go-to. When you say munchie, it's just like a snack, just a little between meals. That's what I think has been like craving. That's what's been hitting.
Yeah.
What about you? Anything else come to mind?
I feel like my go-to is always chips.
I'm not a chip person, so that's true.
I will eat all the chips, all the flavors. I want to try them. That's probably one of the biggest things I miss about traveling is trying all the different chip flavors.
Fair, yeah.
So, if you have any good chip recommendations, send them my way.
Yeah, and I'm just a chocolate girl, so like chocolate drinks, chocolate bar, chocolate ice cream, chocolate pudding, chocolate frozen yogurt, hot chocolate, hot chocolate drink. That would be like my sweet one, but I think on the most frequently we're having this little like assortment of flavors and textures. Neurodivergent brains want options. Well, thank you for hanging out this Stoney Sunday. Thanks for joining. We'll be back on July 9th at noon, the day before 7:10. It's been fun. It's been nice.
Yeah. Had a good Stoney Sunday. I think that's it. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride. Happy birthday to me almost. And we'll see you all next month. Bye.